Hi, I'm David Bonsoff from Hull Cartridge. We're here today to field test our new shotgun cartridges. For the 2022-2023 season, we've got a 30 gram 70mm standard performance, and we've got an exciting new 76mm Hydrowad steel shot cartridge. This is loaded in 34 gram with our special Hydrowad technology. It's going to be a great cartridge to shoot, suitable for 3-inch chambers that have been proofed for high performance steel shot. The most important thing about this cartridge is it gives barrel protection. It also gives amazing patterns. These are the wadding systems that we use. This is our own designed Hydrowad. It has a compression stage which absorbs the recoil. The wad is cut whilst loading to minimise any barrel damage. We've got an H on the bottom, which means that when you see it on the ground, you will know that it is a non-plastic wad. It's fully biodegradable. We're also going to try our Bismuth cartridges. We launched a series of these last year. They're in 65mm. This year we've got a 70mm range in 30 gram, 32 gram and 34 gram, with a range of shot sizes from shot size 5 to 4 through to the larger pellets in shot size 3. These have improved ballistics compared to last season's cartridges.
So we're shooting the Bismuth on this drive. Just shot some of the 30 gram 4s, very impressed so far. 32 gram 3s I'm shooting on this one in the fibre wad. Bismuth, so they're the slightly newer ones to the range, whereas the 65mm, it's sort of the more traditional load. When I'm shooting a sort of drive like this, something a little bit more special, it's really important for me to drop down a shot size or two. It's just going to retain the downrange energy. So on the slightly better birds, you're getting clean kills. At the minute, Hull are doing these in a 30, 32 and 34 gram, both in a 3 and a 4. With the Bismuth, they're the closest you'll get to the lead in the whole range. Shot the 3s there. Certainly a good range. They've still got a lot of energy. Kill really, really well. Smooth as well. They weren't punchy. So they're obviously holding a pattern well. So at range.
Nope. The beautiful thing about shooting Bismuth, one, it's a nice, soft, malleable pellet, so that means you can use fibre wad. There's no choke restriction. It just shoots like a normal lead cartridge. It's in effect a halfway house between lead and steel. It is more expensive, but if you've got old English guns or you've got guns that you're uncertain about or that you don't want to change your chokes, that is a cartridge for you.
Yeah, it's like you shoot a
Okay, so this drive I'm going to be trialling a new shell from Hull Cartridge. It's the 3-inch high performance steel Magnum. Obviously this is Magnum proof guns, 3-inch chambers, maximum of quarter choke because it's a high performance steel. These are in 3s. This is obviously for extended range, bigger, higher birds. First run through for them, so we'll see how we go. Bit of a step up from the 32 gram and the 30 gram 5s and 4s we've been shooting, which have been great, but this is different gravy, so we're going to see how these run today and give them a good stretch. One of the new things that Hull have come out with is recommending that you actually match your chamber length to your cartridge, so rather than shooting a cartridge that's shorter than your chamber, in my instance I've got 3-inch chambers, so we're putting 3-inch cartridges through it, which we believe will be better performance for downrange energy. Okay, so just finished up shooting jacks at the end of the day there. Some really good birds coming over, which was nice. Ideal chance to test the 3-inch Magnum 34 gram steel 3s. Really impressed. Managed to stretch out on quite a few there, which you should be able to see, and got some seriously heavy kills. Only shooting through quarter choke, so clearly the pattern density is right out there at decent range. Energy is obviously not in question with a 3. Really impressed, so going to be shooting more of these going forward for sure.
Well, what a wonderful day we've had today. How do you think it went for you, Ed?
Fantastic start to the season, thank you very much. Super day out, and really pleased with the performance of the steel cartridges.
Fantastic. So obviously we started with 32 gram today.
Yep.
Which you've shot before. And
shot the 32 gram 4s before. Yeah. Very comfortable with them. I think as a cartridge shell, that is perfect. The 32 gram 4 Hydrowad steel 4s, spot on.
We've managed to sort of lift up the velocity a little bit. We've got new propellants this year. That's led us on to, of course, the cartridge that you were just dying to try and shoot today, which is the 34 gram 3-inch.
Yeah, and was thoroughly impressed with that. I can't believe how soft it was. So 34 grams steel 3-inch. It sounds like it should be fairly pokey. It certainly was on the bird end of it, but recoil-wise, incredibly soft. I would happily take those anywhere now. A year on from our first test day, how are you finding the wads getting on performance-wise?
The most important thing for us is actually the barrel protection. Then we've got the issue of patterning. The degradation of this biodegradable material, that is something that we're going to be working on. Currently we're looking at maybe 2 or 3 years, but when it does break down, it will actually disappear. We'd rather have barrel safety rather than the fact that it's, it sort of disappears in a few days.
No, completely agree with that, especially with the steel loads. You know, there's a lot of risk of barrel damage, and I think something thicker and safer is the way to go. And at the end of the day, we know the performance of those is, in my mind, just as good, if not better than plastic. So from a sort of an animal welfare perspective, you're doing your best to do our job right.
We've had an absolutely brilliant day. I've been fortunate enough to do 2 of these days with Hull, and I think the steel has been like a real surprise and a real positive. Performance, similar to what we're seeing with lead. I think the killing power is there.
Had a really splendid day. Hull Cartridge's latest products have been eye-opening. And I didn't think I was going to fall in love with them, but they were really effective, very low recoil, came with an open mind, and have gone away convinced that, you know, if we have to go steel, the whole product is very good.
To be quite honest, the steel was great. Came a bit circumspect. Shot the standard steel, thought, great shell. And then on the last drive with those big cartridges, I had some of the high performance shells in the 32 3s, quarter choke in. If I was on them, it did the business. They weren't going to run away, they were dead. You know, it did a proper job.